Well, hello, friends, and welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so glad you're here and that you joined me in the kitchen. Today, we're going to make an upside-down pizza. And that's just what it is, a pizza that you make upside down. It's kind of like a casserole. But for my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you find these videos enjoyable to watch. Maybe I do something funny every now and again. I know I'm kind of crazy. This whole family's kind of nuts, I think. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It really helps me a lot and doesn't cost a penny to subscribe. You just have to hit that little button. That's all there is to it. And give me a thumbs up on my videos. That helps other people be able to see them. And leave me some comments. Leaving me comments is like Christmas morning. When I log on here and I see somebody's left me a comment, I get so excited. It's like getting unexpected letters in the mail. So, those are the things I'd like for you to do. And for those of you who do it, thank you very, very much. And so, let's get started. First, we need to make our crust. We do make our crust first, but we put it on last, okay? So let's get our crust made, and then we'll get ready on our filling. Okay, let's get started on our crust. We need 2 1/4 cups of flour, and I am using bread flour because the crust is bread. You can use all-purpose flour. It works just fine. I just have bread flour, and I don't have that much all-purpose right now till I go back to the store, so I'm using my bread flour. All right into this mixer bowl that I've got the dough hook on. Can y'all see that? There's 1 cup. Y'all see I just kind of scoop it down in there and then level it off. There's 2 cups, and then we need 1/4 cup. So we'll level that off with the bigger one. There we go. 2 1/4 cups of flour. We need a teaspoon of sugar. Oh, what did I do with my, did I put it back? No, here it is. I thought I left it out. A teaspoon of sugar, because the yeast has to have something to eat. And it feeds on the sugar. 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. This is a 1/2 teaspoon I'm using, so I'm going to do 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 1/2 teaspoon. Let me pick up the lid to the salt container. All right, and a teaspoon of yeast. And I'm using just dry active yeast. You can use other kinds. Oh, let's see if we've got a teaspoon. I'm not sure. Do we have a whole teaspoon? Oh, we're close. We're going to go with it. I believe it'll be close enough. And we're going to mix this together. Just kind of get it kind of somewhat whisked together there a little bit. Then we're going to add our water and our 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to measure the oil right here into my water. There's 1, 2, and 3. Right there we go. 3 tablespoons of oil. All right, now then. We'll put this right in the middle there. Start it stirring around. There we go. Now then, grab out a spatula. And I'm going to put some herbs in it. Y'all know I like to put herbs, these Italian herbs, in everything. Now this will come together here in just a minute. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Oh. And while that's coming together, I'm going to start grinding these herbs into it. See how that's coming together and making a nice dough. And we'll just grind while we mix. It's coming together. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. This should make one 12 to 14 inch pie crust. All right. Let's see how it's coming away from the sides of the bowl. And it's going to become one ball of dough here. There you go. See how it's become one ball of dough? And it's just mixing. That's what you want it to do. And we're going to need this for, 3 or 4 minutes. Just like this. Then we're going to cover it. Set it over here on top of the stove for about 30, 45 minutes. And it'll raise. And while it's raising, we're going to be preparing our filling and getting it in our casserole dish, because this goes on the top, okay? Oh, doesn't that look lovely? And I can't tell y'all how wonderful these herbs smell. It's got in here garlic, salt, onion, spices, whatever the spices might be. Dried chili pepper, basil, oregano, rosemary, marjoram, thyme, and sage. That's just the best blend of spices for anything. Doesn't have to be Italian, y'all. Alright. I believe that looks good. Look at that. It's got those herbs in it. Look at this dough. I want y'all to see this. Can y'all see that up close? Look at all these herbs it's got in it. Can y'all see that? Alright, now then. I am going to put a little bit of oil down in this bowl, because I'm going to let it raise right here in this bowl. There's no point in dirtying another bowl. Alright, I'm going to pop that dough down there, and I'm going to turn it around all over that so it's oiled all the way around. Okay? You want that oil all the way around it, just like that. Alright, I'm going to set this over here, cover it up with a shower cap. And there's a link to those in the bottom in the description. I use them on doughs. I use them just to cover up bowls. Anything you need to loosely cover, they're wonderful for. They're so dirt cheap. If you've got something to pop in the freezer that you just want to kind of flash freeze, but you want to cover over it, oh my word, they're great. I use them all the time for everything. So I'm going to grab these spices off the top up here. There we go. All right, I'm going to let this raise. We'll get everything else together, and I'll be back, and we'll make our filling. Okay, y'all. Y'all are kind of wonky there. Y'all need to sit up straight. How's that? Are y'all a little straighter there? I think maybe you are. All right, we're going to cut us up an onion and a pepper. My peppers being in the back of this refrigerator, and whatever's in the back of this refrigerator freezes, you all. It just does. So, I'm going to chop up this whole onion, but I'm only going to use about half of it. Alright, y'all know I love this little chopper. And I broke it the other night. I don't know how I did, but I did, right there on the side. There we go. This little piece right here broke off that holds that. So now I have to kind of be a little more careful with it. And, all right, stay down in there. There we go. And we're going to chop up some pepper. All right, we're going to leave that. I'll go ahead and chop up some of this pepper, and the rest of it I'll put in the freezer because it's already been frozen. It won't be good in a salad, but it'll be just fine to cook with. And get the seeds out of it and rinse it off good. Okay. Alright, I'll finish chopping that up later and put it in the freezer. Alright, there's our onions and peppers. We're going to use mushrooms. Y'all know you do not wash your mushrooms. You can take a paper towel. If they've got a little more dirt on them than you like, just take you a paper towel and dust them off, because you do not want to put them under water. See, that one's got quite a bit of dirt. I'm just going to dust it off, because if you put them under water, they're like little sponges, and they just absorb all that water, and then if you go to cook them, it takes forever to cook all that water out of them. So I just dust them off a little bit, get some of that loose dirt. But a friend of mine one time, she had her little girl at my house, been years ago, and we were walking out through the field, and her little girl had a pack of crackers. She dropped one, and the mama picked it up and blew it off, and she says, a little dirt never hurt anybody. And you know that's the truth. A little dirt never hurt anybody. So if there's a little dirt on your mushrooms, just go ahead and use them anyway, because a little bit of dirt never hurt anybody. Probably makes us better, to tell you the truth, makes us a little more healthy. Gives us some bacteria for our bodies to fight off a little bit, but not enough to make us sick, right? All right. But now I'm not saying we ought to go around eating spoonfuls of dirt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go eat dirt, but I'm just saying that if there's a little extra dirt on your mushroom, you're going to cook it, so it's not going to hurt. Okay. I'm just going to slice these up just like this, because we'll saute those after we saute our hamburger meat or ground beef, whatever y'all want to call it, and our sausage with our peppers and onions. Then we'll saute our mushrooms, and then we will put some cheese on top of that, and sauce will go in all that, and then we'll put our crust on the top, because this is an upside down pizza. So let's see, I believe I've got about enough mushrooms here. Although we like mushrooms, y'all know if you've watched me very often, I cook a lot with mushrooms. Grab another one of these great big ones. Love to stuff mushrooms. I'll show y'all how to do that one night. I'll get some of these great big portobello mushroom caps, just the big caps, and I'll show y'all how I stuff them. They are so good the way I stuff them, and it's so easy and so quick. Y'all, mushrooms have literally no calories, so if you're on a diet, eat mushrooms. They don't have any calories. Okay, now I'm going to take y'all here to the stove, and we're going to get our filling going, okay? Y'all come right over here with me. Here we are at the stove. Can y'all see down in there? I'll move y'all back just a little bit. There we go. I believe that's good. All right. We're going to take us a pound of hamburger meat right there. Put that right in that skillet. I'm going to turn that eye on. And I believe I'm going to use just a little bit more than a pound. Maybe about a pound and a quarter. All right, there's our hamburger meat. Now I'm going to get our sausage. I'm going to put this in there. And y'all, if I don't use all this filling tonight, I'll put it in the refrigerator. Then I will put, that's about a pound of sausage. Then I will put, make me another crust. And I'll put it in the freezer and we'll have one frozen for later. Let me wash off my hands. All right. Let me grab us up something here to, oh, I about knocked y'all over. Knocked y'all over. All right, here's our meat. And we will add our onions and our peppers to this. And we will add some Italian seasoning. And you know my grinder, I love it. We'll add some of that in here. Here's our dough. I didn't cover it. I should have. But I didn't. Let me grab something here to cover it with. Told y'all I was going to use a shower cap. This is the way they come in little bitty bags, just like this. Boom. And right like that, it's covered up to keep whatever, bugs or whatever off of it. All right, here we go. All right, let's go ahead and put us some herbs, Italian herbs in here. We'll have to add us some salt and some pepper. And we might add a little oregano. There's that. And we got a little oregano here. We'll add a little bit of that. All right, let me grab our onions and peppers that we chopped up. Here they are. Y'all, I may have to get out a bigger skillet or a pot or something. I might just have to get out a big old pot. Let me see here. Clang, I just about spilled it all, didn't I? All right, let's get out this big pot right here. Pull that over here on my eye. By the time we get everything in here, it's not going to have room to cook. See, look, it's already starting to stick there. It's not cooking good. All right. We'll let it cook right here in this pot. That's better, isn't it? All right. Now then, it'll cook. Because we're going to put our sauce in it. No, I just use Jimmy Dean sausage. I don't use Italian sausage. You can use Italian sausage in this. You could do just ham and mushrooms, pepperonis. I don't have any pepperoni, or I would add that to this. But you're making a pizza, so any kind of pizza topping that you would put on your pizza chicken. If you have like a rotisserie chicken you want to use it with whatever kind of sauce. You could do a white sauce. You could make like a white Alfredo pizza and put chicken and bacon and make a carbonara pizza. But any kind of pizza you would use, you could make this very same way. Tonight, this is what I have in the refrigerator is ground beef and sausage that needed to be used. So therefore, that is what we are having. And I thought I'd jump on here with you all to make this. And like I said, I will probably have extra filling. And what I'll do with it, I'll stick it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow, I will come in and make another pizza dough top. And then I'll put this all in a aluminum pan with a lid and put it in the freezer and let it freeze. And then I will seal it up. And, you know, I wouldn't even have to go ahead and put the dough on it. I could make the dough the day up. All I'd have to do is make the dough and pull this out of the freezer and let it thaw. You could throw biscuits on top of it. You know, any kind of a bread topping. I like the pizza dough. I'm going to put, actually I need to get some garlic and put in here. Let me grab it out of the freezer. Here's my garlic, y'all. It's a big old bag full of garlic that I froze. My husband come in and he opened up the freezer and he said, "What is this, a big old bag of beans?" I said, "Well, no, it's garlic. It kind of does look like beans, but it's garlic that I froze." So I'm going to get me off a couple of cloves of garlic here. And I'm going to grab me a little knife and I'm going to chop this up. I'll come right over here and grab this cutting board. Right here. I'll bring it back over here so I can stand over here with you all. And you can see me chopping up this garlic. Y'all, garlic will freeze, and it'll freeze for about 2 years, I read, I believe. No, don't hold me to that. Y'all Google it and see how long you can freeze garlic. But I think it's a long time it'll freeze and keep, especially if you've got it in one of these vacuum sealed bags, which I need to portion mine out a little bit better. I need to get some press and seal. A friend of mine told me to get press and seal, and press and seal just 2 cloves or 3 cloves or something like that together, and you know, just encapsulate it in a little piece of press and seal. And then you can just open your bag and grab out what you need. All right, I'm gonna throw these 2 cloves of garlic in here, just like this. But y'all, if y'all got a good pizza sauce, which I'm going to add pizza sauce to this, just a can of pizza sauce. I'm just adding all my extra spices and stuff to dress it up a little bit. You may just want to brown your meat, or may just want to make it with sandwich meat and fresh stuff and throw it all in there and bake it with a crust, just like you would pizza. And that's perfectly fine. This is just kind of an idea. Y'all can take it and run with it, okay? Do whatever you want with it. I think I'll add a little more garlic. So I'm adding about 3 cloves of garlic to this whole big mess of stuff I got going on here. Oh, I've got a garlic press. I could have just gotten it out, couldn't I? I forget I've got it. Alright, there we go. Now then, let's add us a little bit of pepper. And I'll grab our salt over here. A little bit of pepper. So, you know, we've got to have salt and pepper and everything, don't we? And a little bit of salt. Alright, I'm going to let this cook down good. Then I'm going to drain off all the grease after all the juices have cooked back into the meat. And I think I'll just layer my mushrooms on there rather than go ahead and cook them first. I think just like if I was making a pizza, I'll just lay them on there and let them cook. As I bake it, let me get this out of the dish here. Down here below us is my pan. Alright, here's our chicken dish. But we're not eating chicken tonight, are we? It's not got chicken in it. This smells good, you all. It smells real good. Let's taste it. Let's taste it and see if it needs anything else, any more salt or pepper or whatever. No. No, that is really good. Now then, I've got in here, made something earlier, and I've got a little bit of tomato paste and a little bit of tomatoes. I'm going to put that in there, just because I don't want to waste it. And then I'm going to open up this can of pizza sauce. Your Chef Boyardee pizza sauce. Use one of any kind you want. Or make your own, whatever you want to do. But this is what I'm going to use. I like this. It's cheap, but you know I like it. I'm going to use my can opener over here. There's a link to this can opener down in the bottom in the description. But it is an electric can opener that has that smooth edge. See, there's no cut edges. And there's a link to it in the description. So you can go on Amazon and get it. And please use my links if you don't mind. Because it really does help me. I get maybe 10 or 15 cents if you order something. But if everybody does it, then I get a little of something. To be able to buy more Amazon products to share with you all and try. And then I can let you know what I think of them. I'm going to pour this can of sauce in there just like that. Just like that. I believe that's all of it. And I'm going to let this cook down to where there's really not much juice in it at all. It's just got to cook. Just got to cook down. Because we don't want it real wet. So I'm just going to let it cook. While our dough rises for another 30-45 minutes. Now that's some good eating just like that. It really is. Alright. I'll be back. I'll get ready to put it all together, okay? Okay, y'all, I think we're ready to finish up our upside down pizza here. First thing we're going to do is put our filling in our casserole dish. Take that out and grab me there's what I'm looking for is right here in this dishwasher underneath me. Okay, we're going to put some filling in here, just like this. I don't know if we use all this or not. If we do, great. If we don't, well, we'll have some for another night. I believe I'll save the rest of that, set it back over here. All right, there's our filling. Now we're going to put our mushrooms in here. Just going to kind of layer these up. You know, we sliced them a little while ago. These are just white button mushrooms and some baby Bella mushrooms. Just going to put a layer like this. I got plenty of mushrooms, don't we? That's all right. We'll just throw them all on there. Okay. Kind of had my head in 9x13 pan when I was cutting those mushrooms. That's all right. They'll be good. They'll be good. Delicious. All right, let's grab our crust here. Here it is. Here. Let me grab out a rolling pin and a little bit of flour, okay? It's off my fingers. All right, we'll get us some flour. Some flour in a rolling pin. We don't need a whole lot of flour, just a little bit here to keep it from sticking. Y'all know I usually use my flour sack towels. Well, they're all dirty. So I'm having to go old school and use a pastry board. Or you can use your countertop. Whatever, but I do like my flour sack towel. I do. Grab out this rolling pin, roll it in this flour. Turn the lights back on, Bubba. Turn the light back on. Turn the light back on. Alright, I'm going to try to stretch this like this. Get it started. Alright, now then. And since we have a square pan, we want to kind of make this as square as possible. Okay? Because we want it to fit the top of our dish. Look at all those herbs in that crust, you all. Look at that. Yum. Look at all those herbs. Now then, let's see if that's going to be about the right size. I need to make it a little bit bigger, I think. Alright, let's see if we can get it a little bit bigger. He's going around turning all the fans on, y'all. All the bathroom fans. Every fan he can find. He's turning them on. Now then, let's see. I believe that's good. Alright, now then, before we put our top on, I'm going to set it right here. I'm going to slide this over. Let me get this out of the way. Put it in the sink. Put that in the sink. Slide that over. Alright, now y'all can see what we're doing right here. We're going to add some cheese. Turn it down a little bit. He's watching him a softball game, I believe. There's just some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to add some of this 3-cheese blend. Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano. If y'all watch me very often, you know I love this cheese. Gonna put a layer of that in there. And then, of course, what's a pizza without, as Barney says, mozzarella cheese? Barney finds on Andy Griffin. Alright, here's this. I'm going to add a little more of that. Oh, somebody's at my back door. She's going, Mama, let me in. Make sure we get our cheese all the way out to the edge. Alright, there we go. Now then, we are going to try our best to pick this up. Set this right there. And top this off right like this. Just like this. And I'm going to kind of push it down in there on the sides. Just like this. Just like that. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Doesn't that just look lovely? Alright, now then, since we went ahead and put our herbs in our crust, we're not going to sprinkle them on top because we've got them going all the way through there. But what we are going to do is put some of this. Actually, I'm going to brush that with just a little bit of oil. Just a little bit of oil. There's me a brush. And some oil. Alright. I'm going to sprinkle me some oil across it. Not much. You don't want just a little bit. You just want to brush it just like this. Get just a tiny little bit more. That's plenty of oil on the top here. You can use olive oil. I don't care for olives, so therefore I do not care for olive oil, so I do not buy olive oil. Because it's not something that I like. Put a little bit more right here on this edge. I folded that down just a little bit. Alright, there we go. And we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of this over the top. Not much, because we got all kinds of cheese in there, right? Alright, now then we're going to take this knife right here, my big old knife. We're going to cut some slits in it so the steam can escape, okay? Just kind of poking down through there. Make whatever design you want. I'm just going to make a big old X. Those went all the way through. There we go. There we go. Now then, we're going to bake this at 400 degrees till it's nice and brown and lovely on top, and I'll bring y'all back when we get it done. Okay, well, we're back. It's done. Can y'all see how pretty it is? Look, doesn't that look pretty? That crust, and it's got all of our gooey, yummy stuff down inside of it. We're going to take it over here to the table and eat it. I want y'all to see it while it was done. So that's going to be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.